are live and trying something newish. So, standing, I've got the desk to the full height. We're sorting through some cards for going to play games today. So I'm multitasking here. So I thought I just wanted to see how it looks. It actually is totally fine. It's weird standing, to be fair, because I'm a fat bastard, but it's kind of cool actually, to be fair. Like this is us at like nearly the full height of the desk. It's not the complete full height of the desk, but it's pretty fucking close. So like what I'm doing now is sleeving up some cards because I just kind of want to see how this goes. We're stepping on a wire, that'll cause a fucking trip hazard for sure and probably kill me. But we're going to play some DBD. I was going to play something else, but I'll be honest with you, the day has kind of got away from me. I had a horrendous sleep last night, fucking tragic. So I ended up, to be fair, made the best of it though. So like, could not get to sleep at all. Could not get to sleep at all. Really bad. I probably got insomnia or something like that, and I've just never got it diagnosed. But couldn't get to sleep a wink. So I ended up bringing the laptop over, and I sat and I was going to edit the From episode tomorrow, like this morning kind of thing. Ended up just doing it last night. I was like, fuck it, I'm awake and I'm not getting sleep clearly. I'll stay up. So I think I fell asleep about, Christ, must be about one-ish. No, it wasn't. It was 3. What am I talking about? Lol. It was like 3 in the morning before I fell asleep, kind of thing. So had a good bit of editing done at least, which is half the battle, to be fair. And then when I got up this morning, I got up about 9ish, and I think that's one of those ones where I'm like, I've just clearly not had enough sleep to justify that earlier start. So had stuff to do though, because obviously I had the deck to plan. That I'd sort of had it built online, roughly what I wanted built, and it was just an idea of building and sleeving it today, kind of thing, which is what I'm doing now. And then that was really it. Like today's been very unproductive as such, mostly because I've had to move a shit ton of stuff. Like one of the days I'm going to take, I think it's going to be Friday, because I'm going to just take that as a complete day off, and I am just going to go through. I don't even know if it's worth it. So this is where I'm at, right? So basically, I've got a big collection of cards, right? And I mostly have all the rares and stuff like that. They're all in folders and stuff. Well, there's a couple that are not in folders now, but pretty much finding cards sometimes can be a fucking nightmare if I've put them in a deck, because if I put 4, what I normally did beforehand was I'd put 4 of them playset in one pocket, right? Which meant that if I took any out of said pocket, I didn't know how many were out. So what I've started discovering is it's caused me way more fucking misery than it has been for a filing system. Like, it's been fucking so stupid. It's such a bad choice, but it was a choice I made because at the time you could spend crazy money getting like these big mega binders and stuff like that, right? But so many of them, like Vault X ones are nice and stuff. Not going to bash Vault X. I like their binders, but you are paying for basically a premium product at that point, and the price is fucking disastrous. Like, it's honestly so expensive. So if you've got big collections and you're trying to organise them, you can't really go down the Vault X route. What you really need to do is go down the route of the cheap ring binders as such, because you don't need to buy official ring binders. You just buy a ring binder, and then you just get the normal pockets. The problem with the normal pockets is on ring binders is they're top down. So see how like a card goes into this sleeve, goes in top down. The biggest fucking flaw with that is any fucking time you like tilt the binder, for instance, the amount of cards that fall out is outrageous. Like, it's so fucking bad. So on top of like losing a bunch of cards over the years, and just in general losing cards and stuff like that, it's been a nightmare. But it's been one that, because I don't play enough, I've been kind of like justified by not having to worry too much about it. But with me trying to be more proactive at locals and stuff like that, and trying to get out and play new decks all the time and stuff, what I've started to discover is it's an absolute pain in the bollocks, because what's now happening is I'm having to go through folders all the time. Cards are going everywhere. Cards then don't get put back in, or if I don't have complete play sets, I'm not realising it until it's too late. So, like, for instance, if you build a deck online and say I need 4 copies of this wild style card, so like I know from it being a challenger deck, I've got 2 of them, so I'll have at least 4. But if I've got like a rare from a set or something like that, especially like the Attack on Titan sets, because they were the dog's bollocks, absolute pish for trying to collect. Those sets were so fucking bad for collecting that there's a handful of times where I'm like, oh, I actually don't have a playset of that, and I've just never went back round to it. Like, I started doing the recount very recently, and it's bad. Some of those sets are so far behind. Like, I don't try and master set every single set, like, aggressively kind of thing, but I tend to try and, if I can acquire a master set, I'll acquire it. So, like, Girl Power, Yu Yu Hakusho, ones like that, I've been pretty on point with master setting them. Then, like, Guilty Gear was a great set for master setting because it really was such a small set that it was shockingly easy to get a hold of everything. And to be honest, I actually wish they would do sets like that more often, because if I'm being honest, I would rather know it's easier to collect a play set of every card than it is with some of these other sets like the Attack on Titan ones, which personally I just think go down as a massive failure in the game. Like, I say that very harshly because it kind of needs to be, but I feel like those sets were so experimental that anything you could learn from it was through a negative almost, which is never a good thing to say. Like, you never really want your learning lessons to be through negativity. Obviously, we're kind of funnily laughing at that now because that's kind of what happened to me last week as such. But then the more we look at that, like, we learnt lessons. You know, we learnt like how people think, which is a good thing, to be fair. We did learn that some people are just absolute fucking idiots, which we knew that's how the internet operates, you know. So sometimes you got to take the good with the bad, you know. But overall, it's one of those scenarios where, yeah, the experiments of AOT, I think, when they sets rotate, I think it might be the best thing that ever happens to the game, if I'm being honest. Like, those sets just caused constant issues on every form of, every kind of functionality of the game has issues because of those sets. Like, collecting them, nightmare. Just a nightmare to collect. Like, they're really a bad set to collect. Then you've got, like, the powerful cards, because it's a nightmare to collect, just have a silly price attached to them. And you're like, well, how the fuck does this... How some of these cards, like Military Airship, for instance, one of the possibly best cards the game's got for a long, long while. It's impossible to get. I own one copy. And there's so many fucking promo versions of it, but they are so ill-attainable because they were handed out at like one regional, which is another fucking stupid decision, but let's not get into that one. Like, these decisions like just harm the game basically. Like, I think the way they've done the regionals this year has been brilliant, because to be quite honest, I think the way the regionals for promos and stuff like that this year have actually just been very fun. The way they're doing the whole what's it called, Rebel Frontier stuff is, I personally think, is the way to go. Like, that's how you do reprints. Hopefully they'll be allowed to continue that trend. Very hopefully. I'm assuming they will be able to continue that trend, because I think it does do well for reprints. Sometimes it doesn't do well for other bits. Oh, what did I do with those scissors? I also, shockingly, need to make a couple of proxies as well, because I have asked, but I don't know if anyone's got the card because it's the newer set. So I'm going to make a few proxies just so I've got them. That's a horrendous fucking free cut there, but we're just going to wing it. But yeah, so like, I think there's lots of stuff they're doing well. There's lots of stuff they do really poorly. I think it's just the crux of being a small company, basically. Which is what it is, you know. Like I don't necessarily think they need to get bashed for being a small company. Sometimes though, they do because they're trying to do things that are $2,000 for the size and stuff like that. Like I think regionals, for instance, has been the biggest highlight of stop listening to fucking idiots on a Discord all the time, because obviously the regional level is not gathering the numbers we thought it was going to, because there's so many other events happening with these local championships that people are not getting enough time to plan and to also be able to attend. Now I had a pen and I don't know where it is, so I might just write this fucking thing on the bus. Is what I'm going to do. YOLO. I've got the bits of paper for it at least. I just need those 3 cards for the backing. And I'll write it on the bus. Or once we stop streaming. But at least the deck's pseudo planned and sorted, thankfully. But yeah, you know, it's a kind of weird one. It's one of those it is what it is kind of moments. I'm going to try and start getting back into the swing of things when it comes to the cards and stuff, and really get the content going again. It's just been a little bit awkward as of late because I've either been unwell or kind of not really motivated, to be honest. In fact, the amount of other card games that keep catching my eye now is kind of a bad thing, to be fair. I've seen one that's on Kickstarter called, is it like Cataclysm Arcade, I think it's called. That looks quite interesting. Like I've put it on reminder so I don't forget, but I just jammed my fucking beard on that, Jesus. But that one looks interesting. I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to go down. Basically it's like this kind of, how's the best way to describe it, the game lets you basically play from a singular pack, which is a really cool concept, and I like when games do concepts like that, to be fair. So it's like this kind of one where it's like you get your leader, you get them in every pack and all this sort of stuff. See if I can read. Okay, I don't need to do any of that, let's find it out. Now this will be interesting playing DVD while standing up. Like this is actually going to be very interesting to see how this works. If it's a good or a bad thing. We're also at 661 on the follows, which is really cool. Batty Moon followed us 13 hours ago. But I think we've actually been getting a couple of follows from time to time via the TikTok route, to be honest, which is a good thing. Like I'm quite happy about that. I did get somebody that sent me a screenshot. I had to send it to her. I didn't send the screenshot to Rebecca because it was just like a handful of them. But like basically somebody sent me a screenshot being like, "Oh yeah, I think everyone knows. I think everyone's agreeing with you now." And I'm like, "All right, yeah." Like I couldn't. I once I actually looked at the screenshot, I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Geez, oh." Now, let's see how this looks. Okay, this looks fine. This looks fine. So is the Blood Hunt in play yet? See, I'm so confused. Did they not say like the... Is the Blood Hunt just... Can I just quickly check with somebody playing online if I'm just being genuinely stupid? Like I could have swore they said the Blood Hunt started yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Like... And now I'm just not sure. Like, I think for the sake of this, I'm just going to play and assume aye or not. I really don't know anymore, to be honest. What I do want to do, though, well, I remember, because I had this causing fucking misery yesterday. So it was on my road. Jesus. But, hey ho, that should be a bit better. It was catching yesterday. It was doing my tits in. Right, okay. Let's lock in as a killer. What is the tome actually? What's the tome actually, first of all? Was it the 15 kill one we were on? Right, okay. So we do... Oh yeah, because we were nice yesterday and the game just went in our favour, I remember. Right, see him? Can we do that? Okay. Let's actually lock in a Kenko game. I think we can lock in a Kenko game, to be fair. As I say, this is going to be interesting because I'm now doing the standings stuff. Like, this is interesting. Like, I actually quite like it, to be fair. Like, if I need to lean or sit down, I can always just adjust the table. The only thing I'm going to be getting soon will probably just be a new Ethernet cable. Because I think that one's loose at times. And I think if it goes up and down, unless I'm, like, guiding with it, I'd imagine it'll probably go buzz up as such. But I do like the idea of being standing because I can actually, like, I will need to get, technically this is as far back as I can go. I do need to get a wireless headset again though. Oh, it's an IRL. It's always an IRL technically, is it not? But just I'm here. I do like it though, like, because I like the idea of being able to walk about and stuff and move about. Once I kind of like organise the room a little bit better, I'll be able to like kind of maybe change the layout. Like this table, for instance, has actually changed the game plan up a lot. Oh, it's a girl. Oh my, wait, what? I thought that said IRL. Oh man, I need to change. Oh, there we go. Right, one minute. What's a girl? Oh, this. Oh, right, I just realised what you meant there. On that screen, it was cut off there, and it looked as if it just said IRL, and I was like, why are you saying it's an IRL stream? Yeah, well, this one doesn't fucking shout, is the thing. So, like, this one's like the perfect definition of like playing this character. Like, did they manage to get the money off of me? Yes, they did. Capitalism has beat me yet again. But can I be honest? I will happily let capitalism win if it does in fact improve my life. Being able to play killers that don't scream all the fucking time. You know, I don't need game audio constantly screaming in my ear. Like, and honestly, they shouldn't be allowed to do that. To be fair, like, the fact that like people would have to like actively mute this killer like when it's on that form of the goal shouldn't be allowed. Like, they should actually be sorting that for sure. But I like this. I like being able to stand. This is actually quite fun. Like, I like the idea as well because like when I think of it as well, like you get really bad posture sitting all day. This means that I'll be moving around and stuff like that. I can always be stretching my legs. Worst case scenario, because I'm a fat bastard, will eventually sit down. You know, sit down or collapse. You know, either or. But I like the idea of being able to do this as such. This is quite fun. And then eventually, once it arrives, I think it's a while away to be fair. I think when I ordered everything, it's one of those like everything will show up in a month kind of scenario. It's all like Temu and everything like that kind of style orders and stuff. But the treadmill I've got is actually coming from China, to be fair. And it's just a walking treadmill, so it'll be here, and I'll probably technically be a bit higher because it's obviously the height, and I'll just be walking as I do it, as such. Especially if I start doing just general chatting streams as well, and we're always walking. You know, like I like the idea of that. But I like the freedom that it's given us. That's why I kind of want to upgrade these bad boys to the wireless ones again. Technically, I've got wireless headphones. The thing I need to sort is the USB issue, essentially. Like, I need to minimise a couple of these things down to this one adapter that won't cause issues, basically. And I don't know, because let's see, because I've got like, because we've got like keyboard and mouse, the hard drive, the webcam, the mic. Is that 5? Mic, webcam, that plugs into the adapter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 things plugged in there, but technically one of them doesn't count, so there's 5 things plugged in, yeah. But I also need to plug in a wireless adapter for it to pick up, like, because I think technically the headphones might be able to connect to just the. I'll need to check how well the Bluetooth works on the laptop, potentially, actually. Now that I think about it. Potentially the laptop Bluetooth might be actually just decent. I never even thought about it, actually. And I might be able to connect the headphones just via the laptop, because that's what we're running off of. That might change things up. Because if I was able to get the pink headphones back on, personally, I prefer them over these. Like, these are good when I'm on the bus and stuff, but I actually don't like them long time. Like, long term. I love you long time. No, I don't like them long term for. What's the word? I don't like them long term for wearing, to be honest. Mostly down to the fact that these I don't find have the. They don't have the same kind of like comfiness, if I'm being honest. Yeah, you need to get ears back. To be honest, I actually feel like I do as well. Like, honestly, it is noticeable. I should have done that, to be fair. What I should do. Yeah, because like I feel like, oh, right, I know what's happening. I know what's happening now. The chat box on that isn't as long. That's what's happening. It's actually cutting off part of the audio. That's what's happened. Oh, I should have just hit. I should have just hit, to be honest. That would have been the dog's bollocks. Oh, you'll not be happy with that hit. You'll not be happy with that hit. But yeah, you are right. We do need to get the headphones back on. Like, I think mainly because like I do actually genuinely feel as if like these in a weird way don't give me really any identity to some extent. Like I think a lot of times we actually did get like people like knowing who we were because we wore cat headphones, which is kind of funny. Oh, did I destroy that? I did. Honestly, it feels totally fine being on like standing right now. I am enjoying this a lot. Hello? I like how the game was just like, yeah, you're not getting that fucking that grab animation. Thanks, game. Appreciate it. I feel a little bit bad for him though, because I feel like we're just finding him. I don't think they get an angle on this one. This is an interesting game though so far, to be fair. The bonus of this chase right now is actually the fact that we get to oh, nearly got them though. Oh well. Why would you teabag? I don't get what the teabag was necessary. Like, your teammate's playing in a very contained spot. Like, that's not on me, that's your teammate. Why are you blaming the killer there? Yeah, that was an interesting teabag. Don't know if I necessarily understood it. He's right there. Yep. Sorry, that wasn't for you. That's on me. Tried to dodge it there, did you see that? If I was them, I'd come in for the save via this route. Yep, there they are. Oh, there they come. They definitely want to save a lot though. Like, I'd argue the save isn't necessary as much as they're making it. 3 gens, maybe a bit of gen progress. Probably a save here, I might have fucked that a bit. Close, nah, they're attempted valid. Valid attempt. He has to go back for the save. What is going on with this? What is going on? This game is like a bit buggy, to be honest. DS or something? No? No idea. Pick up because he's out of position. Yep, you're out of position, but I also could see him, which was good. Oh wow, that is some fucking odd. Like, what is going on with this game? Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked. There he is. Yeah, I was literally like, I would not be shocked. Surge value times a million. We can afford this scenario because at the 3 gens are at, I don't feel uncomfortable. He could have wiggled. Oh. Somebody, possibly me, has a dog shit connection is what's happening. I think it actually is the guy. I think it's actually this guy. Don't even know where they went, if I'm being honest. Oh my goodness. I think it actually is him. So she's up there. Yeah, something in this game is mega lagging us out though. I'm just saying that now. This is quite a bad connection, to be fair. I'm kind of glad we're putting him out, to be honest, because it might actually fix how bad the game's bugged out there. I'm pretty sure there's a hook up here, if I'm being honest. Fair dinkum. Fair dinkum. We get a Mori here though. That also gets us to the 4, which is nice, to be fair. Oh, here! Oh my god, that was actually a cool way to do that Mori. I didn't think the lunge would do that. Holy shit. And that was actually a cool. That Mori, that might be up there on the Moris, people. That might be up there on the Moris. I know it's. I don't think it's a. I don't even know if that's a thingy Mori or like a unique Mori or anything like that. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Right, well, I'm also here. I need to fix this. Why is this being so fucking weird? It just doesn't look like it's framed correctly. Oh, it really isn't. So basically, on my chat, normally I can see the full. Yeah, it's actually cutting off the text. Let me see if I throw it over here for a second. Why is it cutting up the chat? That's so weird. Oh, that's it. That's it. Sort of. No, it's sort of better. It's terrible on that end. Yeah, it cuts off a little bit of chat. Luckily, I've got it here. It's more just if a YouTube message comes up, to be honest. Hopefully it's decent enough where I can like make it out as such. But yeah, I don't know if the blood event's on. In fact, see if I check where it says on Steam, for instance. There it is there with the Blood Moon thing. But that was in May. So confused. When I googled it, right? When I googled it, it said something about the Blood Moon. I can't be arsed. Daylight, Daylight did crash. I knew I was going to crash. I could just feel it. Something was so off that entire game. Something was so off for that entire game. Oh well, let me just see. The worst part is it's like I've got like a fucking an update for my laptop, but that shouldn't necessarily. That should just be updating the UI. It shouldn't really cause us any issues here. Let me see if I can just launch that again. Well, that's launching. Let me see if I can. Don't know if it'll tell me in Dead by Daylight's bit. I was back in March, for fuck's sake. I'm just going to assume it's not happening. I don't know. I can't really be asked to try to figure it out. Right, something is actually getting really buggy. I'm actually going to, fuck me. Something in, I don't know if it's in game or if it's this fucking, I actually might have to pause and do this update, to be honest, guys, because something's no right with the laptop right now. Yeah, what I'm going to do, quickly going to go offline, come back online in like 2 minutes, right? Let me just do this update first, because something's no right with this.